When we read the Bible, when we hear messages, when we read messianic scripture, when we read scriptures about salvation, when we hear messages about the transforming nature of the gospel, you never hear, go home, work on this. This is something to think about. This is a goal for next week, next year, next month. It's never pushed down the road. This is not a can that we kick down the road. Today is the day. You always hear messages of salvation associated with today, right here, right now. This is where the tide can change. This is where the tide of the battle can turn in your favor. You can make a decision right now to change the way that you've been living, to harden your heart against sin, to burn that bridge, not for sin, against sin. You can recognize that love of God means hating the things that He hates. You can decide. Remember last week, I think it was, that we talked about Elijah, and Elijah asked the nation of Israel before we saw that awesome airstrike come down, that precision targeted airstrike from heaven. He says, "How long will you waver?" Elijah asked them, "How long will you waver between two camps?" If you're going to serve the Lord, if you're going to be a follower of Jesus Christ, be all in for Jesus Christ. And if you're going to be a follower of Baal, if you're going to go after the world, go after the world, but pick one. God hates it when we try and find that uncomfortable spot in the middle to settle in and raise our families and live our lives from the middle, that place of lukewarmness, that place of indecision where we're wavering, we're constantly vacillating back and forth. Friends, that's an uncomfortable place to be in. If you don't feel the peace of God in your life, may I submit for your consideration that maybe you're not all in. Maybe you haven't burned the bridge. Maybe you haven't made that level of commitment that war is here. I am in the fight. I am in the trench. I am in the battle. And I will not run. There is no backing up. There is no retreat. There is no other option. I will fight this row to the death. There is nothing else I can do. My life depends upon it. My family's lives depend upon it. Their future depends upon it. Everything that I need, everything that I am, comes from one source, and it is from Christ alone.